Hello everyone. Long time no speak. I've been MIA for probably about a year, maybe a little bit more than. I will get into briefly my absence, but I will not divulge too much personal information as it is privileged information due to its medical nature. But I will say that 2024 medically kicked my butt. But it failed to take me mentally, which I'm very proud of myself for maintaining my mental stability through all that I went through. And trust me when I say this, it was something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy at all. Basically, I got sick. Bless you. Sorry, my cat sneezed. And also my cat got sick too, so he's got chronic illnesses now as well. I'm pretty sure you'll hear him sneezing throughout this video, because he was asleep until a minute ago. But anyhow, I already had debilitating disabilities prior to 2022, and since 2022 they have gotten much worse over the past couple of years to involve much more complicated problems. So with that has decreased some of my quality of life, how much and how long I'm able to enjoy certain things, if I'm able to enjoy certain things anymore. So basically last year was the year of learning and processing and trying to figure out what my normal baseline looks like. But now I think we have a better idea of how to control whatever is going on I'm not saying it's fully under control, nor will it probably ever be. But at least we have a better handle on what's going on and how to approach it when issues do arise. So, and I'm pretty sure if you follow me on social medias, my Instagram and Facebook specifically, I have stayed coloring. I have kept up my coloring. It started as a hobby, but ended up being something much, much more important to my mental health, as well as my quality of life and my overall well-being and happiness. It's managed to give me a new way to channel grief, channel trauma, channel things that have been challenging me for years, to be able to express in healthy ways and not so much self-destructive. And not to mention, I do have a wonderful support system around me, not to mention my medical team. So like I said, last year was the year of learning and the year of trying to rediscover what my normal is. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up about that now and move on to something you probably are more wanting to hear than me rattle on about my medical problems or why I have been absent. So, let me get into a little bit of why I'm making this video, other than to explain my absence. This video, okay, let me rephrase that. Let this video serve as my official comeback to YouTube. I know, I've been teasing it for months that I'm gonna come back, and I've yet to, Y'all probably think I'm just full of crap at this point, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to influence anyone following me to do one thing nor the other. This channel basically stands as basically kind of like a blog or vlog, if you will, of things that, like coloring book titles that I enjoy, artists that I enjoy and recommend, coloring supplies that I recommend, tips that I recommend. So, I mean, not necessarily will you be all the time seeing short videos and flip-throughs and scrapbook flip-throughs like you have in the past. I've taken this past year to brainstorm and think of new types of content that I would like to share with the world, and things that I think you would be interested in seeing and hearing. I mean, of course, it's going to still stay related to adult coloring and cats, because those are kind of my two passions in life. But I'm also going to extend it into a bit, not militantly. And let me be clear on that. I am not a militant type of individual. I do not wish to push my opinions on anyone. What I think is what I think. If I know it and it's a fact that I can back it up, I will be glad to provide links in the description as to where you can find the proof to back up my claim. Because I am not one that appreciates being spread false information, nor do I wish to be a catalyst for false information. Okay. So, basically, I would also like to dip my toes into cat welfare. Like I said, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, then you well know that I do cat rescue. And I'm a proud cat mom of 5, ranging from the ages of 13 to 2. And, yes, there are challenges with a couple of them. And I'm still in the process of socializing 2 of them. Am I going to give up on them ever? Hell no. I decided to take them on. I fell in love with them. They're mine until the day they die. Or until the day they die, in which ownership will transfer to the party that I selected, which I'm not going to disclose that. They know it. That's all I'm going to get into. Basically, I took them on. They're my responsibility, and that's what they're going to stay, despite any and all things that could happen. I will make sure, above all, that they are taken care of. Okay. And, so I will be sharing, like, certain things that I find interesting as far as cat welfare and stuff like that. You can choose to like it if you want. You can choose to follow it if you want. It's up to you. Like I said, I'm not trying to push my opinions on anyone, or my content, or my recommendations, anything. I'm not really trying to push it on anyone. If you like the idea and choose to run with it, great, I'm honored. You thought that much of my idea to, use it. So, but yeah, I think that this new content will be stuff that you will like to see. I will also dipping my toes into tutorials. Right now I'm working on getting some things out of the way, as far as, making sure that what I'm doing is legal, because again, I do not wish to break the law or copyright infringement or anything like that. As you can see, I colored some of the page to preserve the copyright on the page. So that way, there isn't a concern on the copyright. So, with that being said, I will be doing tutorials using coloring pages. Sometimes, maybe not. It all depends on what it is I'm trying to show you guys. Another one is that coloring supplies. I know a lot of us now, especially now, are probably pumping the brakes on a lot of purchases that we usually make and the amount of money we usually spend on some items. And I'm sure now, more than ever, there are certain people out there that are looking to cut their budget. And I can honestly tell you, for the past year or so, I've been working on budget tips for coloring supplies. What to use and what to avoid. I've also been doing research into other videos on tips and tricks to see what they've done, and I've tried a few things of my own that I think that work just as good, if not better, than what's being shown on YouTube, and I'm working on that as well, and I cannot wait till that is completed so I can show you that. Like I said, I'm working on some legalities, like, I'm not going to just use an artist's page without their permission. So I'm wanting to get permission from the coloring book artists and everything like that to be able to use their pages as tutorial materials to show you guys different tips and tricks with tools and whatnot that I found of useful and everything else. And I've also would like to do a coloring Q&A at some point, if that's something you guys would be amenable up to doing. Y'all come up with a couple questions and I can pop on here on YouTube and answer them. But I will have to set a couple boundaries as to that Q&A. I will not, and let me be clear, I will not entertain any kind of rumor spreading. I would like to keep politics and religion out of it. Not because I don't care about your opinions or different religions and political parties. I just feel like those two are hot button issues and should be avoided if all possible. Especially in today's current climate, with everything being very, I'm not going to say, you know what, yeah, sensitive would be a good descriptive word to use. Because there is a lot of, very, very serious, repercussions for certain people's beliefs. And honestly, a coloring and cat YouTube channel is not the place to get into political and religion type subjects anyway. So that, I will say off the bat, is off the table. As well as rumor spreading. I'm not getting into different people and what they say and spreading rumors and opinions about others. No, that's not my style. Okay. And the third one, if you wish to ask me questions about my health, please understand that I do reserve the right to retain certain facts about my health in order to safeguard my medical privacy. I'm willing to talk about it. I'm willing to talk about mental health as well, because I also wanted to get into the mental health aspect of, having a positivity portion of this channel geared towards mental wellness and type things. But I'm not going to divulge too much information and put myself out there like fully, because I don't feel comfortable at this point doing so. I will talk about it in certain aspects. If you want to ask me a question, just know that I reserve the right to refrain certain pieces, and also not talk about certain things if I'm not comfortable speaking about it. And that is my personal right to privacy. And I would do that for every one of you guys that, ask that, because that is just another area that you just don't mess with somebody's medical privacy. But outside of that, I don't think, I think those are basically my boundaries, is the rumor spreading, politics, religion, and the right to refrain certain aspects of my health. Those are the only ones that I think are boundaries that I would set for a Q&A. Outside of that, you want to ask me a coloring question? Go ahead. You want to ask me something about supplies? Go ahead. Bless you. Oh my goodness. You okay? You good? Oh, poor babies. But yeah, that is something I'm willing to produce as content, if that's what you guys are into. Also, I've been thinking about doing some content geared towards like, eventually I want to get an iPod. iPod. Wow. Whew, okay. iPad. I'll get it right eventually. I want to get an iPad, and with that I want to learn Procreate, and I know that is very, very popular right now amongst a lot of coloring communities, especially in the Coco.io community with their new books that are coming out. I have seen some really amazing things out of Procreate on an iPad, and I would love to get into that with you guys eventually. So that's something I'm also going to keep in mind, is maybe doing some learning together on Procreate, Hey, not everybody's gifted with that technology, that can pick it up and just ace it right away. And I'm kind of one of those. So, it would be good, to do a few tutorials and, try to learn together on how to make certain effects happen with certain things. It would be great to do that. But again, that would also require me to gain permission from, the coloring book artists, and understand that some of them lately, I will not name names because I do not believe in name dropping, because that tends to start arguments and other things, and that again is not what I wish to do. But if you've bought books, you know who restricts you from making certain content with their art, and what they allow you and what they won't allow you with or without permission. So, with that being said, it's printed, it's in black and white. Basically, if you breach it, you're kind of like, you're in trouble. So, instead of getting myself in trouble, I'm going to make sure that I hammer out all the legalities with the artists before I use their art as like a tutorial of any sort, whether it be digital or on just good old-fashioned paper, that it is okay with them, that they know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm using it for, and where it's being posted to. Because I don't believe in not being transparent. After all, they worked hard to make us these books and this content to color, so why not do the right thing and make sure that their livelihood is protected. So once I have all that in play, which I will let you all guys know that when I handle that all out and, get that going, which I'm hoping to have that resolved up in the next couple of weeks. God forbid I don't get sick again for another 2 weeks and get knocked down again. I'm hoping not, but you never know. This is one of those problems that is very volatile and unpredictable. One minute I can be fine and the next I'm not. So it's just one of those I have to take moment by moment, day by day, and just, take it easy. Try not to stress. That sort of thing. Alright, well, I'm going to continue to talk while I start to do a little bit of coloring to this page. If you are curious as to where this page came from, this is from, I believe, the 2024 release of Kawaii Christmas Mandalas by Alexandra Franzese. She is one of my favorite artists. You will find, if you follow my socials, as well as my YouTube, I feature a lot of her art and her books and my scrapbooks and whatnot, my posts and stuff. And I also have, leaned into certain pages of hers that have taken on a personal meaning or have maybe unlocked a memory of childhood, which I'm not going to just say it's been Alexandra Franzese's pages that have done so, but I will say that a lot of artists like Camila Anjakova, Coco Wyo, and many, many others have brought me that kind of joy and unlocked that magic for me. And it's showing creatively because I've been able to broaden my horizons creatively and not just stick to one thing or another. And I think you will see overall, following my social medias, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube, that's kind of what I've, took to. But, okay, I'm for this page, I'm using Copic Sketch. I have a variety of them that I'm using. This one particular shade is B01 Mint Blue. I'm putting it right there in the center. I have a few... I like to use a brush nib because you can do a lot of control with the brush nib. And it's a very flexible one. Like I can show you. I'll flip this page up. It's like a really flexible brush nib and a very juicy brush nib too. So it does do really good coverage with it. But for certain things, I like to use just the tip if I can. So that's kind of what I'm going to do right now, is just try to use just the tip to not lay down too much of the point of the marker and to and sometimes I do go out of the lines, and you know what, that's okay, because nothing in this world is perfect. Everything with beauty has flaws. So I'm trying to be less hard on myself to produce picture perfect art and just embrace my flaws and embrace how they are and how they come and however you may go. So basically, the content I explained that I'm going to start trying to produce and everything like that, and some ideas. I'm also welcome to ideas. What do you want to see? What do you want to learn together? What Q&A topics interest you? These are things that, you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you probably already know my handles. But if you are just now learning about me and whatnot, on Facebook, I am known as Jennifer, the Coloring Cat Mom, all one word, Bolton. On Instagram, I'm known as, my Insta handle is The Coloring Cat Mom. And the name of my YouTube channel is the same, The Coloring Cat Mom. So it should be fairly easy to find me, to follow me if you wish. Like I said, no pressure. This is kind of like serving as a vlog of some sorts for people who are interested, friends, family, whoever chooses to want to follow me and keep up with what I'm doing and whatnot. That's fine. Follow me. That's great. Because honestly, no lie, I know a lot of people have said this, and a lot of people probably don't mean it because they're probably, you know, for lack of a better word, bullshitting. That they're not doing it to be an influencer. And to be honest with you, I'm not. I have seen several people go down that route, and it has turned ugly for them. Financially, mentally, physically, it is not something that is very easily done and obtained. And honestly, I'm not one that likes to chase the limelight nor the fame. But, you know, I do believe everybody in this world deserves a place and a space to express themselves in whatever outlet they choose to. Whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you choose. Do you and be happy to do you, and do not let nobody tell you you don't deserve to have your spot, because you do. Everybody does. Everybody's voice deserves to be heard, and everybody deserves a spot to be able to express themselves however they want to, regardless. So, if any of that offends you, then I'm very sorry. It's not meant to offend you. That's just my opinions again. I'm not trying to push it on anybody. It's just how I feel and how my alignments are. So, yeah, that's not, if you think that this is an influencing channel, that's not the goal of this channel at all. I just want to share with you guys things that I recommend, things that I enjoy, things that I think that are important, things that you might think are important, you may not. And that's fine. That's the beauty of being able to agree to disagree. So, and I look forward to being able to communicate with you guys more, and, you know, do more flip throughs if that's what you want to see. More color alongs if that's what, you know, you want to do. But I will say on the color alongs, if I start doing them again, which I'm thinking about it, if I start doing them again, it will be probably a few at a time, and I do not want no kind of time limit put on it, because I do not want to just be put, you know, in a position where you need it done in a set period of time, and then you post it without us after agreeing it's a color along, then it's no longer a color along. So as long as it's only a few at a time and they're open-ended on the time frame, I'm okay with that, but I'm not taking them on as of this moment. Maybe sometime in the future, we'll see. I'm just trying to get a few things handled, and my time is kind of scarce lately, so I can't afford to take on any color alongs at this time. But I'm not closing the door on it. I will sometime in the future, just I'm not sure when. But yeah, I enjoy being able to interact with you guys anyway how. I'm open to your ideas, like I said earlier, as long as they're appropriate. Keep in mind, you know, that I do have my boundaries, and I've explained why I feel the way I feel about each and every one of them. And I know this has been a long-winded video, and I apologize for that. It has been a year since y'all I've spoken to my to my subscribers and to my followers. And I appreciate each and every one of you that has stuck by my side through this all. You guys are amazing. Y'all could have went and, you know, found other people to follow by now and left me in the dust. But no, you stuck by me. And for that, I'm very grateful for you. And I hope that the new content and the new videos and the new stuff that I will be producing lately and in the near future will make up for that year's loss. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for my quote unquote comeback, and I'm excited to share with you guys my ideas, how I'm thinking. Just yeah, I'm really excited. Excuse me for repeating myself, but that's kind of where my brain is just excitement and just, you know, bursting with ideas and pride about them. And just, I hope you guys are just as psyched about it as I am. That's all I can say. So, I'm probably not going to sit here and color this whole picture at this point with you guys. My initial thoughts was A, color the page while talking to them, but I will say that I suffer from complex ADHD, and sometimes that best laid plans are just that, best laid plans. And things can go awry at the last second, especially attention-wise. And it's kind of like what has happened at this point. But I will kind of not leave you in suspense as far as like how it's going to look when it's done. So I will kind of walk you through what I'm using and how I'm going to color it. And I'm hoping by tonight it will be done and posted, so you won't be left in suspense at what it's going to look like when it's finished. So, basically, I was going to color these little things in the center blue, dark blue and gold glitter gel pen. The center is going to have a rhinestone. I'm not sure what color yet. I'm still mulling it over in my head. The holly is going to be colored with, the berries is going to be done in R27, which is cadmium red. It's a Copic sketch. Like I said, I'm using Copic sketch markers and a Woohoo blender, colorless blender, as well as a No Name blender pen. I also have my Staedtler plastic eraser pen, which works wonders sometimes from removing smeared gel pen ink, which I'll show you in another tutorial video. And yeah, I have my various Copic sketches that I'm going to be using, as well as my Gelly Roll. I have them in the 0.5, 0.8, and 10. So I utilized all three on the eyes, as you can see. And I mean, they're not perfect, but I will try to, you know, still play with them to get the shapes more round, more uniform. No promises. I may end up messing it up, so I may end up just leaving it alone. I haven't decided yet, so just disclaimer on that. And then I'm going to add other colors in there with the Shuttle Art glitter gel pens. Now, I know people have mixed feelings about Shuttle Art and their markers, and I know that it's true towards their older markers, because I have a set that the ink does yellow in their older ones. I haven't tried any of their updated ones yet, but I did talk to them about 3 months ago about that issue, and I am working with them to figure out what's going on with that issue. And as soon as I solve that with them, I will let you know what I come up with. But as far as their gel pens go, I mean, if you don't let them dry right away, yes, they will smear. But that's with any brand, usually. But these particular ones that I have in my hand, I purchased in I want to say early to mid 2021. And as you can see, they're still really good. I've had a few kind of blow up on me due to improper storage of them. But as you can pretty much see that most of these gel pens are still alive and kicking and work very good. So no question about their longevity, because they will last if you keep them right. If you store them right, they will keep and they will work for a long time. I can attest to that. So those are the gel pens I'm going to be using. And I also have a Towtree blender marker over here as well that came in one of my Towtree sets that I'm using for because it has this little point that I sometimes find useful for buffing or, you know, erasing a corner or blending it out. But yeah, so basically that's what I'm going to use on this page, and I don't want to keep you any more longer than I already have. And if you have listened this for long, I appreciate you and thank you more than you know. But I will leave you with this thought. More is coming. The best is yet to come. And I mean that in all good ways. I plan on bringing y'all some good content, some different content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you and guys and think that my ideas are good and y'all like the content and everything, because I've brainstormed quite a while on it. I've taken quite a while to think about things. So I'm hopeful, I'm excited for the future, and I hope you guys are too. So, as always, take care, be well, stay safe, be kind to one another, practice acts of kindness, put some good into this world, because Lord knows there's too much bad in it already. Take care, friends. Bye now.